It's 9:30 p.m. on December 18th, 2024. The Superman trailer drops in about 7.5 hours from this recording for you guys. It's about a minute. The magic of editing. I wanted to take this opportunity to let you guys know we actually got to watch the Superman trailer a few days ago at a press conference held just for the trailer. These are some photos and some videos of us at the event, and haha. We got to talk to a little bit David and Rachel, who plays Clark and Lois. James Gunn, we only got to take a photo with. We didn't really get to chat with.
He looked really happy to see us, though.
That's true.
I looked back at the pictures and I was like, wow, he looks really happy.
Sure. David Corenswet and Rachel Brosnahan, super sweet.
Oh my god.
Super nice. I'm like, what the hell? How you guys are so nice. This is like crazy.
They just embody the type of people you imagine who would be those characters.
Yeah.
And I'm like super stoked that we finally get to talk to you guys about this.
Yeah, there was an embargo. You guys, let's jump into the trailer.
I like how his costume looks just like, you know, very low rent right now. This is so cute. There's not so much.
They're coming with the guitar.
Oh, the meet cute.
I think they've done such a great job of creating two different looks.
Yeah.
Where he convincingly looks like two different people now.
Yeah. And I'm really loving the curly-haired Clark Kent as well. The music's so good.
When I saw this, I was like, how are they going to pull this off?
Did you know what it was?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
And it looks great.
Home. Take me home.
So cute. Oh.
That's awesome.
Wow. Superman. Oh. Wow. What the heck?
I love how they re-engineered that theme song.
Yeah.
There's so much to pick apart, not pick apart, but like talk about in this.
Unpack.
To unpack. That's a better way to put it.
Yeah, there's so much going on.
So one of the things that James Gunn made clear, and many of you probably already knew, I didn't until the press conference, is that this takes place in a world where there's already other superheroes, and it's sort of like a different history for Superman than what we have been accustomed to in other films, which I think is neat. But like in this teaser alone, it's like there is it clearly shows how much like is going on in the world and what he's up against and how much he battles.
Right, because it begs the question, right? Because knowing what we know about Superman, the very first image we see of him in this teaser is that he's wrecked.
Yeah.
And it's like, what could do that to Superman? That's what's running through my mind.
Right.
It's like, how bad is it? Because he looks like he got beat up really, really badly. Mm-hmm. I was going to say on death's door, but like not quite. Do you know what I mean?
Well, it kind of feels that way.
Yeah.
Like he's barely hanging on here.
There's like that very dramatic blood,
right.
You know?
Yeah. The thing I noticed right away is when he was walking through the crowd here, whenever they showed him walking through the crowd, it's just his look is so, like, that looks like a different person. Like that just feel like I am more convinced now of why you might get confused. He's still tall as heck.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, he's a big guy.
Yeah.
And he's definitely striking and handsome.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's cool in the crowd because he does stand head and shoulders above everybody. And I
Yeah.
wonder if that was
well,
like
he's
a choice.
He's 6'4".
He's 6'4",
Yeah.
right? But, 6'4", there's a lot of guys out there who are, 6 foot and above. But I like that in the shot, everyone's just kind of a head shorter than him.
Yeah, he just has sort of like the bumbling, stumbling sort of vibe as this other character, which makes his non-Superman component, Clark, more relatable.
Yeah. I mean, I just watched the Christopher Reeve Superman, and there was a similar vibe because I thought Christopher Reeve also did a really excellent job as Clark Kent and Superman because they felt really different, and I'm getting that same kind of sense here.
Yeah. One of the first thoughts that occurred to me when watching the teaser for the first time was, wow, he really looks like Christopher Reeve and Henry Cavill.
Yes.
Like combined.
Like if they had a baby.
Yeah. Yeah.
he's kind of at certain points reminiscent of Henry Cavill, but then at other times it's like he kind of does give that Christopher Reeve vibe, but then also he's very much himself.
So I one of the things that someone had pointed out, I think it might have been the Rotten Tomatoes guy who's like hosting the panel.
Yeah.
Is that there's really no words in this teaser, and it didn't occur to me until he said that. I was like, oh yeah, you're right. Like I was so wrapped up in the emotion of it and just the vibe, the epicness of it that I completely forgot that there was no words at all. But there's definitely an emotion there, like this right here. It touches my heart just seeing this, like these shots.
Yeah, and for me, it's the music as well, because it's like it really does just bring the emotions. It brings you on that emotional journey. And then also when the little kid I don't know where this place is, but it looks like some war-torn country, and the little kid puts up that yellow flag with the Superman symbol, and he's saying Superman. I was just like, oh my gosh. Because, not only is he America's hero, he is the world's hero. And I love they're showing the images of him protecting children and everything. It's like, that's just who he is. He's that guy.
Yeah.
This part, I was like, oh my God. He believes in Superman so much.
Yeah.
He's like, please come and help us. And some other random country in another part of the world.
This moment right here, seeing his costume like just charcoaled up, I'm like, what did you go through, Superman?
I know.
What happened?
He looks so mad too.
Well, well, to me he's not mad, he's just stoic or serious. And it's interesting because James Gunn had talked about, going into this making of this script, he just wanted to find something that inspired him. And someone had asked him about, what did you think about like in terms of what came before and what you had to deal with compared to that stuff. He's like, I didn't really think about that. I was more looking, in retrospect, I can analyze that. Maybe going along the way of actually shooting it, I can think about that. But when I was writing it, I was just looking for a story that inspired me. And I'm like, oh, okay. Because when watching the teaser, I feel different elements combined in this. It's like, it does feel like that classic Superman. I mean, it's right there with the music, right?
Yeah.
But then at the same time, seeing this kind of imagery of him walking through the crowd, and the person throwing the can at him, there's a part of me that can't help but think about Batman v Superman a little bit.
Yeah.
And that same sort of vibe, because I remember one of the standout images from Batman v Superman was Superman in handcuffs.
Right.
And it's like, what the heck? Why is he, and he's in court and all that stuff. And so seeing this moment here, I'm like, what's happening? It just felt so reminiscent of that for some reason.
And he looks like he's about to cry.
Yeah. And so, like, when I saw all of the insanity going on in this movie, there was a part of me just wondering, like, what is happening? And then when James Gunn said this is already a world where superheroes already exist and stuff like that, it's not just Superman, I'm like, oh, okay, this makes way more sense now about, like, just how much is going on. Because initially I'm like, it feels like it could be another punch explosion, but this is making more sense. This imagery, do you have any idea what this is?
No.
Okay, because he seems very sad about this robot, and I don't know who this robot is. Maybe it's like a
friend?
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many cool looking characters. I am much less hardly well versed at all in DC. So, you know, I'm like, oh, wow, we have an opportunity to really get to know a bunch of other, I'm not sure if they're heroes or villains or a combination of both.
Yeah.
It's really exciting because it's like, this is Superman's movie. This is his introduction. And like James Gunn's Guns Are Blazing coming out in, you know, DC. And he's like, I'm not just introducing Superman, I'm introducing a whole host of other characters as well.
This shit is hot.
Yeah.
Like,
iconic.
It looks cool.
Yeah.
A location and all. Anyway, the dog's super cute. I can imagine that that's going to sell a whole bunch. And I can't wait to properly watch this in about 7 months. So
Cannot wait.
you guys, thanks so much for hanging out. Hopefully you enjoyed that. And let us know your feelings in the comments below. I'm Jaby Koay. This is
Achara Kirk.
Peace out.